Imagine a version of yourself that cannot be shaken. Not because life became easier, not because people suddenly started respecting you, not because failure disappeared, but because you became stronger than all of it. Imagine walking through rejection without losing confidence. Facing criticism without losing identity. Experiencing setbacks without questioning your worth. Most people believe strength comes from winning. Stoicism teaches something far more powerful. True strength comes from becoming unbreakable. Right now, whether you admit it or not, parts of your identity are fragile. They depend on outcomes. On praise. On progress. On how others treat you. When things go well, you feel powerful. When things fall apart, you feel small. This constant rise and fall is exhausting. You are not weak because you feel hurt. You feel hurt because you have built parts of yourself on unstable ground. Many people spend their entire lives trying to control what was never theirs to control. They try to manage other people's opinions. They try to avoid discomfort. They try to secure admiration. They try to predict every possible failure before it happens. And in doing so, they become anxious, reactive, and emotionally dependent on circumstances. The more they chase security, the more fragile they become. Nearly 2,000 years ago, Stoic philosophers understood something that modern psychology continues to confirm: suffering is not caused by events themselves, but by the meaning we attach to them. Two people can experience the same rejection. One grows stronger. The other collapses. The difference is not luck. It is interpretation. To become undefeatable, you must begin where most people refuse to look, within. The first shift is understanding the difference between what you control and what you don't. This sounds simple. It is not. You do not control other people's opinions. You do not control outcomes. You do not control how long success lasts. You do not control whether someone appreciates your effort. Yet most of your emotional energy is spent on these very things. Epictetus taught that anything outside your character is not truly yours. Wealth can disappear. Status can fade. Relationships can change. Health can decline. If your identity is built on these, then every loss feels like losing yourself. But your character, your discipline, your integrity, your courage, cannot be taken unless you surrender it. This is where most people misunderstand strength. They think strength means domination. Stoicism teaches that strength means stability. A mountain does not shout at the storm. It remains. The storm passes. If a single insult can ruin your day, your peace was never yours. If a single failure can destroy your confidence was conditional. If praise makes you feel superior and criticism makes you feel worthless, then your identity is being controlled by others. To become undefeatable, you must build an identity rooted in virtues, not validation. Ask yourself, who are you when no one is watching? Who are you when there is nothing to gain? When applause disappears, when recognition fades, when results are delayed, do you still act according to your values? Or do you change based on the room? Most people adjust themselves constantly. They soften opinions to fit in. They tolerate disrespect to avoid loneliness. They chase approval to feel secure. This constant adaptation creates internal conflict. You become fragmented. One version of yourself for social media. Another for friends. Another for work. Another when alone. Over time, you forget which one is real. An undefeatable person is internally consistent. Their behavior may adapt, but their principles do not. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that the opinions of others are temporary. Today they admire you. Tomorrow they misunderstand you. Next week they forget you. If your peace depends on something so unstable, your life will always feel unstable. Psychological research shows that people who base their self-worth primarily on external validation experience higher anxiety, stronger emotional reactivity, and deeper emotional crashes after failure. In contrast, individuals who anchor their identity in personal values recover faster from setbacks and maintain greater emotional balance. Stoicism understood this long before modern research put it into studies. Becoming undefeatable does not mean you stop feeling pain. It means pain no longer defines you. There is a difference between experiencing emotion and being ruled by it. Anger can inform you that a boundary was crossed. Fear can alert you to danger. Sadness can signal loss. But when emotions dictate your decisions, they become your master. When you observe them without immediate reaction, you become theirs. Consider how often you react impulsively. A message goes unanswered and you assume rejection. A comment sounds critical and you assume disrespect. A delay feels like failure. Most emotional suffering comes not from reality itself, but from rapid interpretation. The Stoics practiced a pause between stimulus and response. In that pause lies freedom. When insulted, they examined the insult before reacting. When praised, they questioned whether the praise aligned with their character. When faced with adversity, they asked, "What is within my control here?" This question alone can transform your mental strength. If something is within your control, your effort, your attitude, your discipline, focus entirely on that. If it is not, someone's opinion, an outcome, the past, release it. Not because it does not matter, but because clinging to it weakens you. The undefeatable mind is not rigid. It is disciplined. It does not deny reality. It accepts it. It does not pretend hardship is pleasant. It simply refuses to be destroyed by it. Most people want comfort. Few want resilience. Comfort makes you dependent on conditions. Resilience makes you independent of them. Comfort asks, "How can I avoid difficulty?" Resilience asks, "How can I grow from it?" And that shift, from avoidance to growth, is where real mental strength begins. This is only the foundation. The second pillar of becoming undefeatable is mastering your emotions before they master you. Most people believe emotions are automatic and uncontrollable. They say, "That's just how I am," as if anger, jealousy, insecurity, or fear are permanent personality traits. But Stoicism challenges this assumption. It teaches that while emotions may arise automatically, your response to them is always a choice. Think about the last time you felt disrespected. Did the words themselves hurt you, or was it the meaning you assigned to them? Words are vibrations in the air. Meaning is created in the mind. The undefeatable person understands this distinction. They do not suppress emotion. They examine it. There is a powerful contrast here. Fragile people react immediately. Strong people reflect first. When someone criticizes you, fragility asks, "How dare they?" Strength asks, "Is there truth in this?" When you fail, fragility says, "I'm not good enough." Strength says, "What can I improve?" When you are ignored, fragility feels worthless. Strength remains unchanged. The difference is not ego. It is discipline. Emotional mastery begins with awareness. You must learn to observe your internal reactions as if you were watching someone else. Notice how quickly your mind jumps to conclusions. Notice how often you predict negative outcomes. Notice how easily you personalize neutral situations. Marcus Aurelius wrote reminders to himself about this very habit. He understood that the mind, if left untrained, exaggerates threats and magnifies discomfort. Modern psychology calls this cognitive distortion. Stoicism called it poor judgment. To become undefeatable, you must train your judgments. This requires practicing the pause. Between what happens and how you respond, there is a small space. In that space lies your power. Most people collapse that space. Something happens, and they instantly react. They send the angry message. They make the defensive comment. They withdraw emotionally. Later, they regret it. But the undefeatable mind slows down. When anger rises, pause. Ask yourself, what exactly am I angry about? Is it the event itself, or my interpretation of it? When fear appears, pause. Ask, is this danger real, or imagined? When sadness comes, pause. Ask, what expectation did reality fail to meet? These questions create emotional distance. And distance creates clarity. The Stoics were not emotionless statues. They were deeply reflective human beings who understood that uncontrolled emotion weakens judgment. They believed that external events are neutral. It is our perception that assigns them positive or negative value. Consider rejection. One person sees it as proof of inadequacy. Another sees it as redirection. The event is the same. The interpretation changes everything. If you want mental strength, you must stop labeling every discomfort as catastrophe. Not every delay is failure. Not every criticism is attack. Not every silence is abandonment. The mind often fills gaps with worst-case scenarios. Psychology confirms that individuals who practice emotional regulation experience lower stress levels, improved decision-making, and stronger resilience during adversity. Emotional regulation does not mean suppression. It means understanding. It means allowing feelings to exist without allowing them to control behavior. An undefeatable person can feel anger without becoming destructive. They can feel fear without becoming paralyzed. They can feel sadness without losing purpose. This stability is rare. And that is why it is powerful. The third pillar is becoming comfortable standing alone. Many defeats happen long before any real challenge appears. They happen in moments of social pressure. You silence your opinion to avoid conflict. You accept treatment you know is wrong because you fear loneliness. You follow the crowd because independence feels risky. But strength grows in solitude. Every meaningful transformation requires separation from approval. You cannot build inner conviction while constantly seeking external confirmation. The crowd is inconsistent. Its values shift. Its praise changes direction. If you rely on it, your identity will sway like a leaf in the wind. Stoicism teaches that virtue matters more than popularity. This does not mean isolation. It means independence. Imagine two individuals. One feels secure only when surrounded by approval. The other feels secure even when misunderstood. Which one is truly free? The first must constantly adjust behavior to maintain acceptance. The second acts according to principle, regardless of audience. Standing alone does not mean rejecting connection. It means not depending on it for self-worth. There will be moments when choosing discipline over comfort makes you different. There will be moments when refusing gossip isolates you. There will be moments when pursuing growth distances you from those who prefer stagnation. These are not losses. They are filters. An undefeatable person understands that loneliness is sometimes the cost of integrity. This is especially difficult in a world driven by comparison. Social media magnifies validation. Likes, comments, and attention become subtle measures of value. Without noticing, you begin to measure your worth through numbers. This creates emotional instability. When engagement rises, confidence rises. When it drops, doubt appears. But your value cannot fluctuate with algorithms. To become mentally strong, you must detach your identity from applause. Applause is temporary. Character is permanent. Ask yourself, if no one could see your effort, would you still pursue it? If no one praised your discipline, would you still practice it? If no one recognized your growth, would you still continue? These questions reveal the depth of your independence. True mental strength is quiet. It does not need constant announcement. It does not demand recognition. It builds steadily, privately, consistently. And when adversity comes, as it always does, it reveals who built themselves on approval and who built themselves on principle. One collapses under pressure. The other remains steady. The final pillar will determine which one you become.